I'm tired. I'm dressed the way I'm dressed. GMB TV's real life. So I'm watching this thing on this young man's tickety tot thing, and I don't. It looks like it's true. It looks like they're in like a court situation, and it looks really official, and it's really funny. Shout out Kwayin, cause she's been saying things, and I guess she got the juice too, cause she keeps saying things, and it keeps happening, and that's why I keep telling y'all, I don't got the juice. My father makes me find the ones that got the juice. I listen to what the fuck they say, and I go, that sounds like the things you be thinking about in your Batman shit. I don't have powers. My father is my power. Now, predicting certain things, that's nothing. Like I say, it's the Bible, bro. Ain't nothing. Niggas is not gonna do nothing, no. Ain't nobody gonna come up with no extra schemes in the world that's diabolical. It's already been done. You can come up with new inventions and new ideas of things, but it's really based off the same shit. This is what I mean by it's predictable, and I say things and then they happen. Like I said with it's not gonna be fucking snowy much longer, is it? No, it's not. Why? Because it's been talked about for fucking years that the sun is heating up and the earth is heating up. So would winter really last as long as it normally would? No. So did I predict the future, or did I just fucking report back what everybody else has been saying from 2,000 years ago, and then scientists caught up and they said, yeah, it really is, oh shit. Now, a couple of months ago, I don't even know how long ago, because we've been doing this thing, and I just go. And for some odd reason, I keep just recently having this cowboy fucking shirt on that I forgot who gave it to me, but this shit is older than this shit is old. But I keep hearing things about Texas and sound the horns. And I keep hearing things about Texas, and I heard something really crazy was going on in Texas just recently. I'm not really sure what it is, and I guess the Most High doesn't want me to really report on it, but I know something's about to happen, or something did happen, like with catching people, or maybe it was one of the disasters that happened, because I could have swore something bad just fucking happened in Texas. So maybe it was the birds dropping, or I've been seeing weird shit everywhere when I watch YouTube. A lot of weird shit's going on. And Kwayen's been hitting the fucking money. Now, like I said, I don't trust anybody. So, you gotta always prove yourself. And then, who knows, you might have been lucky. You might have been guessing. You might have whatever. Right? Now, I said a while ago about certain things, and I said this is the year that people are going under that fucking bus, whether you like it or not. This ain't back in the day, and I get it. You don't like the black guy saying things, and it burns your fucking skin, and your soul goes on fire, and shut him up. But if you were to listen to the guy that you don't want to listen to, some of you would have been ready for this. So if this is true, I've been warning you for like a fucking year now. So, oh well. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm a believer that I think prayer in general can remove bad entities. So I told y'all before in past videos I had in situations with bad entities and things like that, and I said prayers and they instantly would go away. But
right away.
She needs to slow her ass down, that's all I do know.
Of white men. This is not a pejorative. You've all sermonized to a certain extent about diversity. If you believe that your likely successor will be a woman or a person of color, would you kindly extend a hand into the air? Let the record reflect. For fear that you may not hear me, just raise your hand now so that I'll know you're there. Raise your hand, please. All of you, sir, apparently you don't hear me over on the end. Would you kindly extend a hand into the air if you can hear me? Next to the gentleman that raised his hand, would you extend a hand, please? With the glasses, perhaps I should call your name. Mr. Sharp, would you? Thank you. I know it's difficult to go on the record sometimes, but the record has to be made.
Yes.
All white men, and none of you, not one, appears to believe that your successor will be a female or a person of color. Next question has to do with something near and dear to my heart, my ancestors.
Now, didn't I tell you last year was the year of Batman? This year is the year of your truth is coming out whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter what you like it. It only matters about what you love. What do you love? I love the law. I love my father.
Were slaves. In 2005, is it true that J.P. Morgan released information?
I love my people. Even when we're at the worst. Because I know why we're there.
My ancestors were slaves. In 2005, is it true that J.P. Morgan released information directly indicating that it directly benefited from slavery? Would the representative from J.P. Morgan respond?
I do believe that in
Sound the horns. Are you laughing now? Is it fucking funny now? I'm not laughing.
2005, we made a report about potential transactions that involved slavery between J.P. Morgan or its heritage companies back in the 1800s.
In fact, there was an indication, I believe, that you accepted loans against slaves as collateral. True?
I believe that to be true, yes.
For edification purposes, have any of the other banks compiled a study as to whether or not you have benefited from slavery? If so, raise your hand, please. Let the record reflect that none have raised a hand. Not one has raised a hand.
A lot of things are starting to be talked about now. Now, with all those technical words and things. I don't know what everything means, but I do know somebody just had to go on record and say, yeah, we built the empire off their backs. So, you know, like I always say, how dare you? How dare you shame me? How dare you call me nigger? How dare you call me lazy? How fucking dare you? Do you understand my people served for fucking years and years and years, hundreds of years, for free? And then they got free and made a whole bunch of fucking money and got robbed for it. Do you understand that? Do you understand they put their money in banks and it caught interest? And then they said, no, you get nothing, nigger. And then they took my daddy's grade, his monies, and said, here, you take it. And you go on his land. And you go build things. And then, 100 years from now, you call him lazy motherfucking loser ass nigger. You fucking useless piece of trash. You're gutter. You're fucking worth nothing. You did nothing. You are nothing. But you're the only reason my great-grandfather even got fucking loans. Because, you know, we robbed you. And then they gave it to us and we didn't know. And you know what they say about the sins of the father, right? You do understand that, right? See, a long time ago, I didn't believe in the Bible myself. Then I looked at them curses. Then I started looking around. And I said, yeah, that's us. There's nobody else like that but us. Right? And then I started to go around and move. And then I started to see, we want to change. We want to follow the law. We want to work. We don't even care what job it is. We honestly, listen, we're not dumb. We know working legitly right now is fucking slavery, and we're still willing to do it. How fucking crazy is that? We know legitly we're being robbed. But it's let me just work. I don't never get to work. I gotta scrape and scramble. Like fucking Puff said, I want to see you scraping and scrambling, baby. Yeah, like, what the fuck? And we're willing to work anyway. But we get railroaded, and the bullshits I've been shown for a year. All the fight for a fucking shitty job. So everybody can look at me like trash anyway. Even though, I change that stereotype every route you put me on. So, I'm actually doing you guys a favor. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what we were bred to do. Be the example. Hard work. Dedication. To the Lord. Now, as I ventured around and time grew by, I started to notice it. I started to learn more about the Bible and how the curses actually work. And that whole chosen thing. That's why I tell you, to be jealous of the chosen is stupid. You know why? Because you're chosen too. The Lord doesn't have a special people to rule the entire world and shit. No, he has a special people to, Batman, Robin Hood, priest, knights, soldiers, police. That isn't ruling everything. No, that's the people, like, Star Wars, people that kept the fucking things in line and helped the government and fucking, the Jedi wasn't running shit in Star Wars. They helped the council. They were police. Like special forces. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the other Republic didn't have police in their cities and their fucking planets. They had their own. When the Jedi came, it's because, real shit was going on and people couldn't figure, they were like fucking FBI, CIAs and all that. Oh, yeah. That's what Jedis are, dum-dums. And that's because there's nothing new under the sun. Meaning, everything my father did, that's what the other team has to do. Because it's built good. Why would you change it up? If you want to make your empire, you've got to use the model. Duh. It's your empire now. You do it your way. You call it your things. They're no longer Magi's and elite guards. They're fucking, what we call them. Anyway, back to those curses. So, as I read on, and it said that once the children of Israel actually start to appease the Lord, he will remove... I hear you, Daddy. He will remove the curses from us and place them onto our enemies. That's why I say don't become my enemy. Don't mock and laugh. Don't da-da-da-da-da. Why? It's not just because I think I'm fucking special or something. No, because, I keep saying I keep passing his test. So, if these are my last years of finishing up my last bit of, filth and swineness, then that means whoever stands before that, you're going to get my curses. And I tell you, bro, I call myself the king of the shadows and thinking and all that because the majority of my curses are mental ones that lead to physical actions. You people haven't been thinking since God knows when, so you're not equipped to go through the curse of the Lord upon this world. Do you understand the only way to break the curses is to follow the law? Well, if he gives you the curses and you got to follow the law in this world, that means you got to get what I got. Are you ready for the Thunderdome and nobody help you? And you look crazy? And if you make the wrong fucking move, you fight the wrong person at the right time, you're going bye-bye. Enjoy playing chess. Enjoy playing chess with the world. Never knowing when to strike. Constantly under fear. See, this is why I say I mastered fear and, go straight through it. Or maneuver around and all, because you can't always win. Sometimes you gotta let it engulf you. Yes, Anubis. Gotta let it engulf you. Fight your way back out the hole. Now, hopefully I can find it. I was watching another video, and to me, these things are speculation. These tickety-tock videos, anything could be duplicated, and anything could be faked. That's another thing I wanted to show you, is about how, this guy came on at this seminar for smart people and talking about AI, and he literally explained how now AI is so great, and there are wicked ass people in the world. We're in a whole new world of truth now. He said we're in a world where what you see and what you hear ain't always gonna be the truth. He said AI is so good, and if it gets in the hands of a fucking idiot ass thief, he can digitally put you on screen saying anything with your exact voice, exact image, and just make you commit heinous crimes. And you're going bye-bye. So, no one's safe now. Or even, how I said all this Batman shit? That shit ain't gonna even save you no more, I don't think. Because people are idiots. So once they see you on the fucking screen, hey, he's a nigger, he did it. They're low-class trash, they did it. It's not about this no more, baby. It's not. So, I suggest, regular people start getting smart on things. Because like that video said, when you watch one person get it, and they start doing it to you, well, you gotta get it. So, I don't know how real this guy is, but he seems real to me. This man somehow found my father, and he chose to, he says that my father told him to start in New Jersey and walk to the other side of United States and never ask anyone for help. Don't take anything from anybody. You walk your black ass, or maybe he's Puerto Rican and black. I don't know. He got a kind of an afro, almost a little bit, but he does look Spanish. But looks are tricky now. Anyway, I believe this Spanish and half black, maybe Dominican. Maybe that's why. Anyway, my father told him, it's time to do some walking. I want you to do this. Now, I don't know how he connects to the Father or what made him take his journey, because he ain't saying that he talks to God for real, but, we ain't saying we're crazy. But when we say that the God Most High gives us missions and we just do it, you know what I mean? And I like the way he says what he says. He says when the Lord calls you, you get the fuck up and go. Everybody says they want to preach for the Lord. Everybody, but when he calls your ass to do some real shit, you're gonna fold. Because you're gonna look at your life and you're gonna give all this up to walk across the United States with nothing. So I'm gonna let him give his little tips and let him speak for a little bit because we all may need these tips one day.
So, but when I was in the desert, right? When you walk out to the desert, you hear me? You're walking out to the desert because when you walk out to the desert, because you gotta follow that train track, because the train track is because there's no more phone. You don't got no phone now. The phone is dead. There's no electricity. So that train track, before you lost your phone, you looked at the Google map and you see the train track. So you say, all right, this train track is gonna go into a town called Hoyt. You know what I mean? There's a town called Hoyt over there. It's 60 miles from here, but this train track is gonna take me there. I got 2 buckets of peanut butter. Look. You see this peanut butter? This exact peanut butter. I buy it because it has a sentimental value to me now. But you see this peanut butter? I could buy Skippies, but I buy this because this thing, I don't know, it's been with me through tough times.
You don't need no Skippies over here.
I buy 2 buckets of this. I buy jelly and I buy 5 loaves of 88 cents bread from Walmart. That was my survival. You hear me? That's how I survived all those months over there. That's how I survived those months. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not joking with you. It was crazy. Because when you gotta follow that road because you gotta follow the train track. Because the train track, before your phone died, that train track is going to a town called Hoyt, and they got a mom and pop store in there where you're gonna be able to buy more water because they're not gonna have peanut butter. And if they got peanut butter, it's gonna cost $10 a jar of peanut butter like this. Yo, it's crazy.
You got the big shit. I'm telling you,
but I got enough peanut butter to last me for 2 weeks till I get to the next Walmart. You hear me? That's how it goes. I promise you. I'm not lying to you.
So there's no excuses. You see, when my father takes some of us through real shit, we go back to the old days of Jacob and Levi, where you're not gonna need a fucking whole bunch of food. Why? Because you're gonna be moving most of the time. You're supposed to see things and people. Spread the news. Get it? He made sure that he only had 2 weeks worth of fucking food. And he would just keep continuing his journey. Eventually, he ran out of money. And it was crazy because I seen this other video of him, that's why I'm even putting this on here. He kind of brought up my thing about how when I moved up and down the East Coast, I said, yo, every single day, every restaurant that I ever worked in and survived at, they all throw their fucking food away. And they really need to make it a law where they just give it to the homeless. And then somebody explained to me how they can get sick off it and then sue the place. And then that's why they don't. And then I said, they're bums already. They're going to jump in the fucking dumpster and they're going to eat the food out of the dumpster with more germs on it. And they're definitely going to get sick and they're not going to be able to sue. And who cares? They're homeless men. They're going to choose to eat it off the floor. Just give it to them. They're going to eat it anyway.
I can't make this shit up. It's
Can't
crazy.
make this shit up.
It's crazy.
Can't
It was
make
crazy
this shit
experience. That's why I liked it so much because it was a survival. I felt like I was in a movie for me.
Yeah.
Like I just escaped. Like I escaped a refugee camps or something. You know what I mean? That's the type of feeling that you get.
Put you through that movie
man,
shit.
I'm all alone.
You heard what he said? He said, yo, that shit was like a movie, dog. I walked from New Jersey to California, dude. That shit was a movie. It was like I was escaping a concentration camp. Yeah. Do you understand he has the most phenomenal story? The nigga Forrest Gumped it for real. We have a modern day, non-mentally challenged person that said, I'm going to Forrest Gump and I'm going to go all the way to the other side to prove God's real. And I'm not taking nothing from nobody. I'm going to use the smarts that he taught me and street knowledge that I know. And, show people all you have is all you need.
Oh man. Oh, so I was telling you, there was one night that I was sleeping over there, and I slept with the quilt over my head, just in case. I slept with the quilt over my head every time, because you can't see nothing anyways, right? And something I hear, so this gravel, all right, so when you over there, when you in, what's the name of this? The train tracks in the desert, there's gravel everywhere. If you look wherever there's all right, if you pay attention now, I'm gonna show you something. When you go through a railroad crossing, you know where the bing, 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 and the thing comes down and it blocks the road so the train track will go through. If you look on both sides, you're gonna see a thing that looks like a silver refrigerator. Every railroad crossing has that silver refrigerator. Now over there, it's a control. It's a control box or something, right? Good night, Queenie. God bless you. Love you. So I was sleeping next to that control box. That's like every mile they have one of those control boxes. You hear me? Every mile. So I was sleeping next to that control box. Everywhere. Everywhere. You remember me? Where you remember me?
Yo, bro, you know how many wild animals out near train tracks at night? Coyotes and fucking bears, and I used to live in PA, bro. I used to walk the train tracks to go to work, so I know what this nigga's talking about. I used to cut through the train tracks because it was easier to cut through town. I was like, man, fuck all that, man. The niggas just always see me back there like, yo, you can't be back here. I see you tomorrow.
And you got to understand the Dallas Cowboys will never win the Super Bowl, not because they're sorry, but it's because they're set up to be a ritual to be fed off of. Dallas Cowboys, also known as America's team, also known to have the biggest fan base here in America, also known to have the biggest black fan base. You got to understand, when they have winning seasons, getting them hopes up to win the Super Bowl, and they crash out in the playoffs like they always do, all that shit is set up to be a big ritual to be fed off of, to have your energy fed off. There's this thing called Gnosticism, Brother Penny spoke of. I've been studying on this shit as well. But in the Gnostic teachings, there's this thing called the demiurge, the creator God, who feeds off the raw emotions of humans. So you got to understand, when you got majority of humans who get their emotions up behind this football, behind the Dallas Cowboys, which again I say has the biggest fan base here in America, number one. Number two, have the biggest black fan base. They set their ass up to be fed off of. Of course, and on top of that, having a black quarterback. So you got.
So who remember when we said watch the border because sleeper cells and.
That's why I have this shirt, because it's my favorite team. But I stopped watching football because I figured that out a long time ago. You know how I figured out it was a ritual? Because it's exactly what he said. After they won their 5 little championships, they never allowed to win again. And they always do the same thing. Do good during the season, get to the playoffs, and get pounded on. And that's it. And then I learned history and found out that the first cowboys in America were black people. And then it became cool. And then they said, get your ass up out of there. We's cowboys now. And we gonna make a rodeo. And we know it was for farming. And, you know, it was your style. It was just what you were. But now we're gonna make money off it. Don't dress like that no more. She said it, not me. She's about to rip y'all up real quick. 40 seconds.
As a female in 2024, hold on, wait.
As someone said before about her, you have to pay for confidence. We don't, because we're all natural, and I bet you any man would choose a natural woman with a natural body, natural boobs, natural butt over a BBL. So you're just salty. You're salty that you had to go out there and pay for a body while some of us have it naturally. Matter of fact, a majority of high value, high quality men do not go for the BBL community. Just